Have you ever wondered how Martin Luther King's birthday became a national holiday? We begin our journey on a cold winter day, January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, where a boy named Martin Luther King Jr. was born. Dr. King's family, deeply rooted in the Baptist Church, played a significant role in shaping his early life. His father was a pastor and his mother, a schoolteacher, instilled in him the values of faith, community, and education. Young Martin was an exceptional student, skipping 2 grades before entering an academically rigorous high school at the tender age of 13. His intellect was matched only by his sense of justice, ignited by the stark racial segregation he witnessed growing up in the South. These early experiences would later mold Dr. King into the charismatic leader of the civil rights movement. This early period of Dr. King's life set the stage for his future role as a leader in the civil rights movement. In the mid-1950s, Dr. King emerged as a national figure in the fight for civil rights. His leadership took center stage during the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal protest against racial segregation on public transportation. This boycott lasted for more than a year, showcasing the effectiveness of sustained, peaceful resistance. Around the same time, Dr. King was instrumental in the founding of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, an organization that played a fundamental role in orchestrating the civil rights movement. His philosophy of nonviolent resistance, heavily influenced by Mahatma Gandhi, became the backbone of this movement. In 1963, Dr. King delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech during the March on Washington. His poignant words calling for equality and freedom resonated with millions, marking a turning point in the fight for civil rights. Dr. King's leadership and vision were integral to the success of the civil rights movement. His relentless pursuit of justice and equality continues to inspire us to this day. Dr. King's life was tragically cut short on April 4, 1968. This was a day that sent shockwaves around the world, as the tireless civil rights leader was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. The loss was felt far and wide, crossing national borders and touching hearts internationally. The world mourned, but it also moved to honor Dr. King's life and his immense contributions to the cause of equality. In the immediate aftermath of his death, efforts to preserve Dr. King's legacy sprang up. Among these efforts, John Conyers, a Democratic congressman from Michigan, introduced legislation for a federal holiday just 4 days after Dr. King's death. The Martin Luther Dr. King Jr. Memorial Center was established in Atlanta, his birthplace, serving as a beacon of his teachings and a reminder of his life's work. Dr. King was also posthumously awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor that underscored the global impact of his fight for civil rights. The loss of Dr. King was deeply felt, but his legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to continue the fight for civil rights. His life may have been cut short, but the dream he championed continues to live on. In the years following Dr. King's death, a movement began to honor him with a national holiday. This campaign was led by none other than Dr. King's widow, Coretta Scott King, and a host of dedicated supporters. Their mission was not an easy one, as they faced considerable opposition. Many questioned the need for a holiday dedicated to a single individual, let alone a civil rights leader. Despite the resistance, Coretta Scott King and her team persisted, tirelessly advocating for the recognition of Dr. King's contributions to American society. Their efforts culminated in the passage of legislation by Congress in 1983. This bill, recognizing the third Monday of January as Martin Luther King Jr. Day, was signed into law by President Ronald Reagan. After a long struggle, Martin Luther King Jr. Day was finally recognized as a national holiday, a testament to Dr. King's enduring impact on American society. Today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is celebrated every third Monday in January. It's a day that resonates with a sense of unity across the nation, as Americans come together to honor a man whose voice echoed the call for equality and justice. From bustling cities to quiet towns, the spirit of this day unfolds in myriad ways. Parades march down the streets, their vibrant energy a testament to Dr. King's enduring legacy. Community service projects spring to life, embodying Dr. King's teachings of love and service to others. Classrooms turn into hives of activity, as educators impart the history and significance of Dr. King's life and work to young minds. In the midst of these observances, Dr. King's message continues to hold relevance. His dream of a world where character trumps color, where love drowns out hate, remains a beacon for contemporary society. As we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we remember not just the man, but the movement he led and the ideals he fought for: equality, justice, and freedom for all. Martin Luther King Jr.'s teachings are not confined to the pages of history books or the third Monday in January. They are living lessons, timeless principles that continue to guide us as we navigate the complex terrain of the 21st century. The call for equality and justice that Dr. King championed resonates powerfully to this day. And so, as we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we do not just commemorate a man, but we also commit to carrying forward his vision and values into the future. Your engagement helps us a lot and allows us to continue creating content that educates and inspires, so please like and subscribe, it would really help us out.